Welcome to Dirt's podcast. I'm Brock, and with me as always is Brooks.
What up? What up?
Well, we're back. That's what's up. After a 3-month hiatus, the world has gone to shit. They just can't cope without us. Our Middle Eastern friends, once they found out that we weren't about, bang, they're at war.
Are you blaming the war in the Middle East on us?
Yeah, we've been gone for 3 months, so they just couldn't take it.
I don't stand by that statement at all. Do not attach my name to that one bit.
We come back, and they start exchanging hostages. So that
Well, that's all right. Well, that statement I'm fine with.
Yeah, so I think there's a bit of proof behind that.
All right. All right. Listen, like shots, we're back.
Yes, we are back. We took a hiatus, like I said, of 3 months just to recharge the batteries, so we're good to go again.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, we're here.
Thank you.
As you can see, we've done a little bit of interior decorating and updated the set and our look.
It's cute.
Yeah, I like what you've done with your hair.
All right, that's just insulting. You're just being a dick.
So yeah, a lot to get through in our comeback episode. Well, not comeback, return episode. As they say in the industry, don't call it a comeback.
You wanted to just say come back because you said it again. You just like that word.
I'll kick off with something pretty quick. Now, while we were away, Jada Pinkett Smith released her book and it flopped.
Shocking.
In her book, she revealed that her and Will Smith, at the time of the slap, had been separated for about 6 years. So when the book released, 7 years. And everyone's like, oh man, he's so under the thumb and what's he doing? It has just got worse for him, if it can actually get worse. And the reason why it's gotten worse, I hear you ask, how could it get worse?
How could it get worse, Brock?
Glad you asked, Brooks. Jada Pinkett Smith now says she's staying with Will Smith forever. The poor bastard.
Okay.
The so I feel so bad for him. That was his out. He's like, oh, we're separated. We'll go make it legal.
He's had multiple outs. She came out and basically said that she like dreams of Tupac when she's laying next to him. Like he's had plenty of exits to get off this highway and he just refuses to. Also, for her to just be like, no, like we're staying together. She's clearly the alpha. I think this has been proven now. Like she is the alpha of that relationship. It is a shame because that's the Fresh Prince.
Was rest in peace, Will Smith.
I mean, it seems over. And like you said, if they really were separated, that makes this slap even more weird.
It does, because he's defending the honor of someone who doesn't have respect for him, I guess.
Not even that. I would never in a million years slap a comedian if they made a joke about my ex-girlfriend of over 6 years. And maybe being married is different and you have kids. So, yes, it's probably quite a bit different. But in no way, shape, or form would I slap a comedian if they made a joke about somebody who I was not sleeping with.
Okay. Would you slap a comedian if they made a joke about a woman getting punched in the eye?
You transition quick now.
I know.
This shit.
So this is
20-minute episodes.
no, yeah. So this is something you brought to, well, I knew about it, but you wanted to speak about it. So I'll let you take the reins from here, seeing that I've given you the open runway to do so.
So, yeah. So we're talking about Matt Rife and his joke controversy. I found this story.
Did you air quote that?
Yes. Well, no, because, well, yes. Air quotes. Air quotes. I'm deciding on air quotes. So I'm not a Matt Rife guy. Like, I don't find him very funny. Like his Instagram clips are just him doing crowd work, and it's basically, "Oh, what do you do?" Generic answer, and he's like, "What?" I'm exaggerating, and his fans notoriously before this would shit on people who had that take and be like, "You're just jealous because he's so famous," and he is wildly famous. It's insane. I've never found him funny. He's even more unbearable on podcasts because he is like a douchebag. It seems like. Now he got popular with, well,
The ladies.
basically teenage girls. That's kind of who his comedy is for.
You transition in again, or
Shut up. So we have the article up. We're going to get to the joke, and I think I'm going to defend him, but I'm also not on his side in a way, and I'll explain that as well. But Matt Rife, 28-year-old stand-up, found himself amidst controversy after his latest Netflix special, Natural Selection, which is a weird title. But what is the story behind it, and why is Rife's latest comedy special being bombarded with so much hate? Here's all you need to know. Now, the problem is it was the opening joke, his opener. Starting the show, Rife described a trip to a restaurant with his friend where a woman with a black eye served him. He and his friend argued about why the woman, who was clearly the recipient of domestic violence, was made to serve and not given some other duty in the kitchen.
I want to stop you before you get to the punchline there.
Okay.
How was she clearly the recipient of domestic violence?
Okay.
Did she have a badge on her t-shirt? Hi, I'm Jane.
I got the shit punched out of me.
Ask me about my domestic violence experience. What?
No, you're right. You're 100% right. This is where I'm going to defend him here. So this article is from yahoo.com, and it is clearly slanted in a way to make him look bad because obviously when you write out jokes, it's going to look bad.
Yeah, you don't get the context and you don't get
No.
the nuances in how it was delivered.
And already with this, like you said, how do you clearly know somebody was a part of domestic violence? I had a black eye before. Do you want to know what it was from? I was shit-faced drunk on the golf course. Went to pull one of my golf clubs out of my bag. I couldn't get it, so I was struggling with it. Then I got it, pulling like a maniac, and smoked my eye with it. I didn't get punched by a woman or a man. I did it myself. I had a black eye for 2
Oh,
weeks.
so you're coming out as bi. Congratulations.
I am defending all walks of life here when it comes to this one because I do not understand how somebody can clearly be the recipient of domestic violence. That seems like a leap.
Yeah, unless you saw it happen.
Right. Right. Which then this joke is really fucked up.
Or they told you and said, see this shiner? My significant other gave it to me.
Guess where I got it.
Yeah, so I don't think she would have come in and said, hi, I'm whoever, I'm your server for tonight. These are the specials, da 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 da. Oh, by the way, Jeff gave me this. We've been together for 4 years.
Like, thanks. What were the specials again, ma'am?
Black eyed peas.
Here's the punchline, I guess. Again, this is from the Yahoo article because we're not playing Netflix clips. Rife joked saying, quote, yeah, but I feel like if she could cook, she wouldn't have that black eye.
Yeah, see, they've missed the whole thing there because they've taken out a. So I've seen the joke. I laughed at it. I thought it was funny. In the general thing, I haven't seen a lot. I've only seen, like probably you have, his crowd work and only a few clips. I know
Right.
he has a very big female fan base, young and old.
Younger, yeah.
But no, there's a lot of what you'd call cougars that would want him as well.
I've seen it, but it is a primarily like TikTok kind of style comedy. Like it is a primarily younger fan base with Matt
Yeah,
Rife.
or just because TikTok is a younger
Primarily younger, but
platform. Yeah.
yeah.
So, again, did you know Derek the Podcast is part of the Antisocial Network? Well, now you do. What is the Antisocial Network, you ask? It's a group of podcasts that are free to listen to. So if you like our podcasts, or if you like podcasts about crime, wrestling, mental health issues and recovery or anything else, then head on over to www.antisocialnetwork.net. Like I said, free to watch. You can watch straight from the website, or you can go through to each podcast's own platform. The choice is yours. That's the Antisocial Network, and that is at www.antisocialnetwork.net. Now let's get back to the show. From what I can recall, he led up to that punchline with, hey, we're at whatever restaurant, and the server comes out with a black eye saying, why are you letting this person, she's the face of the company, so to speak, and she's coming out with a black eye. You'd think you'd get someone that didn't have a black eye to actually come out and serve and get her to do something in the back, sort of thing. And that's where he said, well, yeah, but I feel if she could cook, she wouldn't have the black eye. And that's why she got the black eye, because she can't cook, and that's why she's out the front. So they've left out a significant part of the joke.
Right.
Whereas she should be out the back cooking, but yeah, she can't cook. That's probably how she got the black eye. So by leaving that bit out, it's taken out the context of.
Oh, it makes it look way worse.
Worse to just say, oh, yeah.
It's basically being like, oh, she should be cooking. Oh, she can't cook. She should get... Like, that's how the article makes it look, which is, if somebody came out and said that, I'd be like, okay, something maybe isn't great here. But, again, this is the article. Now, are we going to act like this is the world's funniest joke? This is a groundbreaking joke? Absolutely not. This is fine for Matt Rife. Like, he's got a low bar when it comes to me. And I think this is the issue, is he's trying to kind of, quote-unquote, appeal to the guys, I think, a little bit with this special. Because he's given so much shit about the crowd work and being, like, a female demographic. I do feel there's a little bit of that with him here.
Plus, you do not pander to your audience, regardless of what your audience is.
Right. Either way. Right. Exactly.
Because if we pandered to our audience, you wouldn't be on the podcast.
Oh, absolutely not. I would have been gone, I think, like 3 episodes in when someone got pissed off at me about one of the stories I brought. I would have been out of here.
Because that's just one, being safe and knowing that, I can say this and my audience is going to lap it up. Same with music. You look at music and it's like, oh, AC/DC have done the same album the last 10 times.
Right.
You want to get experimental, and I suppose being experimental with jokes is trying different jokes and joking about different topics.
You're 100% right with the music analogy too, because then there's going to be the people who enjoy the same sort of music and this and that, and then there's going to be the people who fucking hate that you went experimental, and the people who love it.
Yeah, and the ones that hate it can always just listen to the old stuff until if you come back to your bread and butter, so to speak.
Right.
But he's not a woman's comic, as in they own him. He's a comic.
Right.
He's been around for 10 years or so.
So this special made me think that, because for a while he struck me as somebody who just kind of wanted to go to Hollywood. He had the good looks. Like, doing this gives me a sliver of hope that maybe he does genuinely want to be like a comedian and kind of go that route. But I do think he's a little bit too douchey. Like, when he's on podcasts, he just sounds really annoying.
Yeah, I haven't seen him on any podcast, but I do love his apology on Instagram for anyone that's offended. There's a link to read his apology.
That's what I was going to get to next. So
fire away.
So he gets this backlash. He gets ripped apart on TikTok, Twitter. I saw it. And again, I saw the joke. I didn't laugh out loud. I gave it like a, all right. It was fine. It was fine. It also wasn't this thing where I was like, oh my God. Like I said, if you read it just, or like we were both saying, if you read it just from the article, it sounds fucking terrible. That's not how it went. It was fine. So he gets all this backlash, and then he hops onto his Instagram story. This is where he kind of wins me over. Definitely in this story, he wins me over. Posts on his Instagram story, hey, I'm sorry. Here's a link to like my full apology if anyone's super offended by the jokes I made. And it was a link to special needs helmets, which is objectively hilarious.
Yeah, that is.
That is one of the best moves I think I've ever seen. I I love. That's where it's like, okay, maybe this guy does want to be a comedian, but he does have to switch it because again, I mean, none of the jokes were like the special wasn't bad, but it wasn't anything where I was like I wouldn't go and recommend it to people and be like, you have to watch this. This is so funny.
Yeah, see, I haven't seen the special. I don't have Netflix, but that doesn't mean I don't have ways of getting it.
This is true.
I'll probably get around to watching it just to see what the other jokes were because no one's mentioned any other jokes in it. So it's only
No,
just the female fan base that believe that he's betrayed them with the first joke off the bat.
that's what I mean. Like the reason everyone is going after this first joke is because the rest of it is just it's a fine special. Like it's nothing crazy. It's weird because it's like his second special in like a very short time. Like I think within a year, which is nuts. Like that's crazy. But
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
yeah, because he had the YouTube special, and I don't think it's that far distant in the past. It's fine. It's a
That's
fine
the
special.
thing. He may have gone at everyone in the special, like one of our favorite comedians goes at everyone in his stand up. So everyone gets the jokes. No, there's no one that misses copying a roast. No one's above being targeted, whether you're male, female, alphabet person, whatever it might be.
No, I agree. I just think that the fan base he created from like his social media presence, I don't think they get that.
He didn't create it.
Right. They
He
gravitated toward.
put it out. They gravitated towards him. Go, oh, who's this
Yes.
hot guy? Click it. Oh yeah, there was probably people that like maybe didn't find him as funny as they probably, you know, fans that probably are just fans because of the comedy. But
Right.
what got him over the line was I can look at him while he's talking.
Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna knock him for his looks. He's definitely got that going for him, for sure.
I think it's one of these like people. There's been things online. Oh, he's cancelled. He's getting cancelled. It's like, nah, he's not going to get cancelled. It's
No.
Netflix haven't taken it down. There's a backlash or anything. He's still got sold out tours at the moment. There's no backlash. No one's
No.
cancelling him. It's just the
Especially with Netflix too. We saw the outrage with Chappelle. They don't care. They
yeah,
don't care. Which credit to them for doing that. I
yeah.
mean, they put out some fucking stinkers, but I mean,
Hannah Gadsby. Yeah, and she even had a crack at Netflix, and she's got specials with them and made millions off them
yeah.
with her.
What's the saying?
Like,
Don't bite the hand that feeds you.
yeah, yeah, with her woke comedy that is just not funny.
No, she's terrible.
It's just a storm in a teacup, so to speak.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah.
He'll be fine. I think what's the biggest thing is what he does next. It's gonna have to be good because everyone's watching.
Oh, well, he's pretty much doubled down with the special needs helmet, so I think
I
that's.
don't even mean that. Like, I mean, like, we need some good jokes coming here.
Oh yeah, you'll be right. He'll make fun of it probably.
Not even from the situation. Like, everyone's going to be seeing, like, whether it's your special or whatever, like, it's going to have to be good.
Well, if he's worth his salt as a comedian, he'll make fun of
Yeah.
the situation that presents itself.
Yep. We'll see.
It's what they do with
I'll be
things in
watching.
life. Yeah,
I'll be watching.
but like I said, he'll be right. And look, who else? Speaking of someone else that'll be right, Josh Giddey. He'll be right too.
All right. What side you want to take in this one,
Well,
brother?
look, for those of you that don't know, Josh Giddey
Yeah.
is a
Set the table.
21-year-old Australian basketball player, number 6 overall pick in the 2021 draft, I believe it was.
Correct.
Now, he plays for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And about a week ago, an
Almost
anonymous
exactly a week ago. I think it
yeah,
was Wednesday night before Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, yeah, an anonymous X account, formerly known as Twitter, posted some photos and videos of him with a girl who was allegedly underage. Didn't give any context to, hey, this happened here, this happened there on this date. So just some photos, videos, and then said, yeah, she's underage. They did this, they did that. He should be punished. This is disgusting, da 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 da. And then, obviously, like you said, Thanksgiving hit, so most things were closed down. The profile was deleted, the photos were deleted, but of course, people copied them, saved them, and they've been circulated. And he played the first game after Thanksgiving for the Thunder. And the NBA have announced they're investigating if there's any wrongdoing. He hasn't commented. They asked him Thunder presented him to the media at practice on Friday after Thanksgiving, and then he played on the Saturday against Philly, I think it was. Yeah. And he's playing tonight. The game has just started as we're recording. He's playing in Minnesota. And before we came on air, and I don't know whether Brooks knows this, a police department in California are looking into it as well.
Oh, well, that's new.
That's the latest development, but that came from
Oh,
TMZ. So I don't know how,
uh,
they're a bit hit and miss sometimes.
sometimes they do get it very, very right.
But he's still playing. Like, I would think.
So that's where I get weird. Okay, so I have multiple thoughts on this,
Well, I
and
would think if there's anything to it, one,
uh,
he wouldn't be playing. Then they wouldn't put him up to
correct.
media.
Yep.
And apparently, one of your former players for the Golden State Warriors, Andrew Bogut, on his podcast said that he's spoken to people that are close to the investigation or close to what's going on. And apparently, Oklahoma City Thunder knew about the situation for about a year.
Yeah, that's not good at all. Then
It just
that's a
means that
cover up. That's a
it does
cover.
not. It's not a cover. It just means nothing has happened. It's not. If nothing's happened, it's not a cover up. It's just like, oh, okay, you've had this thing happen that people could perceive as whatever, but it's not a cover up. It's just something that's happened.
Okay, so
Oh, and photos have come out as well and video. Sorry, just before I let you go into what you're going to say,
okay,
of him with the girl having a drink in a 21 in a club where you've got to be 21 to get into. So she's
yeah, I'll
live.
address that as well.
Yeah.
I'll address that as well. Okay, here's the thing. I'm certainly biased because I know you're a Thunder fan, and I don't really like the Thunder. Now, this is a weird one either way because regardless of the age of consent, wherever it is,
Callie's 18. Oklahoma's
mm,
16.
that's not great.
Apparently, it's a police department in California.
That's what makes it more strange because I thought it would either been Australia or Oklahoma City, but Australia was if it's in California, then he might actually
In
legitimately.
Australia, I believe the age of consent is 16, but only if the person that is 16 is within 2 years. So if you're 16 and the person's 18, you're cool. But if
Right,
you're 16 and the person's 19 and above, then the person who's 19 and above is in trouble.
right.
You've got to be
So
within 2 years. Yeah.
I think when it comes down to it, and putting my bias aside and all of that, if you want to say that it's legal, yes, that's all fine and dandy. It's fucking weird, and I do think maybe there needs to be a conversation about the age of consent because regardless of what age he is, what age whatever, 16 is weird. It's
Well, look,
fucking weird.
he turned 21 in October this year.
It's weird.
I think the first week of October. So let's say this happened a year ago. Let's say that that's true what Andrew Bogut said, or they've known about it for a year, so therefore it's at least a year since it's happened.
Sure.
So he would have been either he might have been 19, 20 at the time. He wouldn't have. Well, that's the thing. If they're in a club when they're meant to be 21, that doesn't, the timeline doesn't add up. If it's,
Have you ever heard of fake IDs, buddy?
yeah, no. I mean, for Giddey, I don't think Giddey would be able to get away with a fake ID. He's Josh Giddey. That's the thing.
I don't know, man.
You'd know. Well, you might know of him in California. He might just look, well, shit. He's 6'8". He's going to stand out like dog balls wherever he goes. So you'd think, hey, who's that
If they
tall?
get the right club though, like if he knows this place isn't great at checking IDs,
Yeah,
and then once you're in, you're chilling. There's places like that.
true. But then you'd think that if they've let you in, if he went there by himself or with his crew of
Hmm.
friends, and she wasn't part of the, he met her in the club originally. If they've let him in, just sort of wink, wink, nudge, nudge, even though you're legal back in your home country to get into a club, you aren't here, but we'll let you in because you're Giddey, Josh Giddey.
Hmm.
You'd think he'd be like, well, if they've let me in, they may have let in girls that are underage. So you think you'd be a little bit cautious in that regard. And then again, she could have shown him a fake ID if he did ask the same one to she get in. So that's the thing.
Also, clubs don't really ID checks that often.
True. But then they could be liable as well if it comes out that she's lied and got in with a fake ID if there's witnesses. Because that's what they're saying with the police thing. If they think anything's happened that may be illegal, then they're going to go in and try and get witnesses. And did you see this person go in, and or who was on the door at that time? Or can we look at security footage and stuff like that? Also, Bogut said that apparently the parents haven't pressed any charges because they reckon this girl has lied. So they're like, she's lied, so we're not going to press charges. Doesn't
When the
mean
fuck
he.
did Andrew Bogut become the voice of reason on
I don't
fucking?
know. Yeah, it doesn't mean that he's out of the woods. Obviously,
No.
look, it comes down to two things. If someone, regardless of whether it's Josh Giddey or whatever, but if someone who is knowingly seeking out people that are underage, then that's categorically wrong. And yeah, right.
I mean, if that's
I
the
think,
case, he should be put in fucking jail
yeah,
immediately.
I mean, anyone, doesn't matter who they are.
Yeah.
But if someone has hooked up with someone unknowingly because they've lied to them about their age, then that's a completely different lane. They haven't,
Mhm.
you wouldn't class someone doing that as as people going around online and labeling certain things. It's like, no, if he's unknowingly done that, he's only just turned 21 himself. So he's a kid as well. But if he hasn't, like, fair enough, if he's like R. Kelly cruising past schools, that's a different thing. But if he's just out at a club and he's met someone, and by all intents and purposes, that person should be of age because of where they're at, then that's more so on the girl. I know you've got to look after your interests if you're an NBA player because you could get shaken down by people, you could get blackmailed for certain things and whatnot.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Like, you have millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars coming your way.
Yeah, and he's got sponsorship deals as well. He's a face for what's breakfast cereal
Was.
here. He still is. Look,
No, he's
they've,
not.
he is. They've taken him off social media at the moment,
They're
and
gonna they're gonna get rid of him.
it's a $40 million deal. So you'd hope not, but for his
Well, no,
sake,
for his sake, no, of course
yeah.
not.
But they said they've taken him off his. He's still on the boxes and everything. Obviously, you're not going to recall boxes with him on it. But they said the reason they've taken him down is to lessen the impact on him from people coming on and commenting negative stuff about him.
I get that, but this is one of those things that will not go away.
Because you look at all the, like, I follow OKC on Instagram and I
Yeah.
do on Twitter, but I'm more engaged with them on Instagram. And every photo they've put up
Yes.
on whatever, you
Yes.
just like, all the idiots doing the same jokes that have been done to death 2 days, before Thanksgiving finished.
This is not one of those things that goes away though. Like, this will follow him, so I do doubt he'll be back on this.
Yeah, that's the thing.
This will
If
follow him.
there's nothing
Regardless,
there, yeah, if
it
there's
doesn't
nothing
matter.
there, the damage is done. His reputation is done if he's innocent, as in he innocently didn't know this person was, if they are proven to be underage. That's the thing.
Right.
It's just
Because every single Instagram comment is going to be anytime he scores under 16 points, they're going to be like, oh, Giddey's favorite number. And
uh,
like, oh, wow, Giddey really is hard for 16.
but the
Like, that's
fact
never going to go away.
he should lean into it and change his number to 16.
I
But
don't think he fucking should.
the fact that he, like we're saying, with he's got all these millions of dollars and people are going to want to latch onto that and maybe get some or shake him down or blackmail him. The fact that this has happened, that he's gotten himself into this situation, proves that he's a kid. Because
I don't buy that with an NBA player. No, I'm not taking that excuse with NBA
as a
players. I'm
kid,
not.
no,
Nope.
they're still kids though.
Nope.
They're still kids. They
Nope.
are still kids. What, you're telling me that Wembanyama at 18 or 19 or however old he is not a kid?
He's a kid, but he's an NBA kid, so figure it out.
Different
Figure it
zone.
out. Wrap It Up Podcast on Instagram. Got it in before the 30-second gang. Got you. That's how you find the Wrap It Up Podcast, which I host every single week with myself, Cody, and Laka. Available wherever you get podcasts, the Instagram _ between each word. And if you go to any of the most recent episodes we have dropped, we've got a new website and it is so sexy. I sometimes just enjoy looking at the website and admiring it because it's a refreshing, modern, sleek website. But you got to go check it out for yourself. New episodes every single week, and we're live every Friday on the free Podbean app, weekly wrap up. And some people say Brock's ad reads are obnoxious and pandering. My idea is to make them more obnoxious and more pandering, and that's what I've done to you here. So come join us on Fridays on Podbean and shit on Brock and I, because I'll make that guy call in, that fun guy. Follow the Instagram. Check us out every week. Back to the show.
You'd think they've probably lived a little bit, even though they've got the luxuries of money, they would live a little bit more sheltered life to a degree as well.
That's what I mean. Live a sheltered life for 18 years, collect so many paychecks in the NBA, and then do whatever the
But
fuck
that
you
would
want.
make them more kid-like to certain things, more trustworthy to certain things, and especially Giddey coming from Australia as well. It's a different culture here to America. So
Again,
because he didn't go to college in the States, so he wasn't exposed to people sort of.
I get that argument.
Yeah,
I just don't buy it. When it's that much money, I don't buy it. Figure it out. Figure it the fuck out. That's a lot of money.
and you probably wouldn't be thinking of that anyway. Look, I don't know how,
I would be.
but I don't know how Giddey did with the girls when he's growing up, sort of thing.
I mean, I don't know. This one posted on Instagram. I just fucked Josh Giddey. So
Yeah, she posted that. He didn't. I could post a photo of you behind someone. Look, you look at.
the
I'm not
fuck
saying
you will. That'll be revenge porn.
no, but I mean, I could post any. You could post anything about anyone, and that doesn't mean it's gospel. You
You're
look at the
flipping
short.
my argument from weekly wrap up, and it's offending me right now.
You look at the short that we put out to say that we're back. We didn't speak in it. That was AI.
Yeah. Okay.
And you even
You're
said to
throwing.
me when I sent it to you, "That's fucking creepy."
I've always said that with the AI
Yeah.
shit.
So
I've
the
always
fact that
said
it sounds like you, it sounds like me, and it sounds like Donald Trump because we chucked him in there just for shits and giggles.
it sounds the least like Trump.
Yeah, I used Trump from a different software thing. I used him; it was already pre-made. I didn't curate him. I didn't have time. But I've got you and me locked down in the
Mine was
software
a
thing.
little off, I think, with like the cadence. Like it was either talking too fast or too high pitched. But something was a little bit off with it.
You were just excited that we're coming back.
Yeah, exactly. I was all hyped up.
Yeah, so that's the thing. We can make people say and do things these days and look a certain way that they haven't been able to do at any point in time in history. I'm not saying that the photo and videos are fake of him, But
It sounds exactly like what you're saying.
you can't discount it. That's what I'm saying. You can't say that
Okay.
just because he's standing behind someone with no shirt on and she's put, I just fuck Josh Giddey.
Okay, fine. Can I give you my counter argument
Yeah, go for it.
to that one? I don't know if you remember when you were 16, but I do. And
Long time ago, man.
okay, but I was one of the horniest motherfuckers there ever was, especially at 16. Everyone was horned up. I certainly wouldn't post if I didn't fuck somebody, but if I did, 1,000% would I post the picture. Not only would I do it shirtless, standing behind it, I'd tell the chick, I'd be like, that's a great caption. Post that. Post that.
He probably didn't know.
Oh, I'm sure after he picked her up from middle school, allegedly.
The thing is, I heard. Now, this is just again, this is just hearsay because there's no facts.
Where the
But
fuck did you hear it?
online, like everything else, someone said they had a theory that the chick and her brother, because in one of the videos he's talking to the brother on FaceTime or video chat or whatever, they reckon that they've set him up and then they've tried to blackmail him. And then obviously Giddy hasn't gone along with it, hence why the photos and videos came out.
I don't know, man. It's fucking weird.
I reckon that there'll be nothing to it because he hasn't. Well, that's the thing. I don't know if you unknowingly have sex with someone who's underage, if they've lied to you, whether that thereby you're not, it's up to the discretion of the police, or if Bogut, what he's saying is true, and the parents aren't going to charge, aren't going to
Stop bringing up
press
Andrew
charges.
Bogut.
But that's the thing. Like, if you've unknowingly done it, like I said, if he's knowingly chasing down kids,
He had to have known
why?
because of the other pictures. Like,
I'm sure you could say, you said before, you remember when you were 16.
yeah,
Now, from today, so what's that, 8 years ago, 16-year-old girls, even 8 years ago, didn't look like 16-year-old girls today. And then you go back to when I was 16, hell no, 16-year-old girls didn't look like they did today.
I don't know if that excuse flies in court.
But, no, but I'm just saying, and 16-year-old girls back when I was 16 didn't know, like, there's 16 and then there's 16,
Clip
they,
that. I want that as
yeah,
a drop. Clip
yeah,
that.
they, girls, look, they've got to stop saying that girls of a certain age are all innocent and don't know what they're doing, and it's bullshit.
Also, we need to stop defending NBA players who are making millions of dollars saying, oh, they're just kids. Figure it the fuck out. Figure it
No,
the
no, no.
fuck out.
No, but if you can't say that they're just kids on that thing, then you can't say that she was only whatever, because
What?
they know 16-year-old girls know what they're doing, regardless of whether it's right or wrong. They know what they're doing.
However, your argument makes it sound like you're saying you can't say, oh, they're 16, which you absolutely can. It's still fucking
Oh, you
weird.
can, but not in Oklahoma because that's the age of consent. It's not like they're not all blame. It's like when someone has a divorce. You just don't blame one side. There's
No, you blame the kids.
two people contribute to it. So two people contribute to it.
Yeah,
It's just
the
one
two
but one.
kids.
But the thing is, you can't say. I wouldn't say what's happened here or what has allegedly happened here. Like, people are going online saying, "Oh, he's grooming, grooming, grooming." It's like, well, no. If he's met her at the club, that's not grooming. Grooming, from all intents purposes of what I've seen on like true crime shows and things like that, are like guys 99% of the time going into chats or whatever and investing time over months, maybe years, chatting to someone who's well underage like years and years underage.
Crystalia was grooming.
Yeah, building up their confidence, telling them how great they are. Oh, I love you. Oh, you're the best. You're so hot. Da 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 da. Then meeting them with the intense purpose of fucking them, and then moving along to the next one or keeping them around and doing it to someone else. But if you've just gone out to a club and you've met a random chick, and that club is, even here, if it's an 18 plus club, or over there 21 to get in, like, never have I, not that I ever went to clubs and picked up, but never did I ever walk into a club and look at a girl and go, she's hot, I might buy her a drink or whatever, and then cross my mind, oh shit, she might be under 18. Never did that cross my mind. It was just a they let you in sort of thing, and I'd get stopped and ID'd going into a club when I was in my 30s. So yeah, it just never crossed my mind. That's sort of thing. So that is completely different category.
Did you have $40 million in sponsorships coming your way?
No, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. That something just seems a little bit different between the situation. But what do I know?
So do you reckon he should always have that mindset that everyone's out to get me?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
100%. Right.
Live a sheltered career for 18 years and then do whatever the fuck you want in retirement at age 38. Seems pretty simple to me.
We'll see how it pans out, but I'm confident that he hasn't done anything wrong. He just doesn't strike me like, well, I know people say that about serial killers. Hey, he was so quiet. He was a great neighbor. But
great point.
But yeah, he just, I don't know.
Regardless of anything, to put a bow on it, it's weird in any way, shape, or form. It is still very weird.
Just for an update too, while we're recording this, a Josh Giddey update. The Thunder are leading Minnesota currently, 48-40, with just under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. And Giddey he's not on the court at the moment, but he's played 14 minutes, 9 points, hasn't dished out an assist yet, 3 rebounds, he's 4 from 5 from the field, 1 from 2 from free throws, and he's had 2 turnovers.
Oh, we're going to have a conversation about him soon enough, not just about his off-court activities, but his on-court activities are going to have to come under scrutiny here pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm right for that too.
Okay.
I've got your rebuttal ready to go.
Next Thunder Warriors live stream.
What it all boils down to, it could be worse. He could be like Draymond Green.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You would love to have a Draymond Green.
Like you said, I think put a bow on it.
No. How dare you?
What you just said.
For that topic, it's time for the clip of the week, Dick.
For that? Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm snippy. It's been so long. I've been having withdrawals, so I'm snippy.
Okay, here it is.
Everyone's favorite.
Everyone's favorite.
Everyone's favorite. Everyone's favorite.
Everyone's favorite
Nameless podcast segment of the week.
Can someone tell me what a podcast is?
It's been so long since we've had clips of the week. I've seen so many great clips come and go by the wayside. It's like those memes you see where they're crying. What's the one with the superhero? He's got the picture.
Wolverine.
Thank you. It was like that. I'd see so many good ones. And I decided we would come back with an absolute banger. This is a woman with insane road rage at 8 a.m. So this says wild and on the way to work. Let's see what we have in store in the return to the clip of the week. Oh. So his window is down for some reason, so he must have been talking a little bit of shit.
Car. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Why are you so mad? 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 Why? Why are you so mad? Why are you threatening me? I'm just trying to get to work. I'm just trying to get to work.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, he's out of there. He's out of there.
It's good to see that Josh Giddey drives himself to work.
Did you just call Josh Giddey
Hey? Did I what?
So for our audio listeners, this is why you need to go to the YouTube.
You can't see the colour of the driver.
Oh, I thought you could. Anyways,
The other driver you can. Yeah.
for our audio listeners, there's no prequel to what happens there. Just a guy driving on a 2-lane road and a chick out of her car, very angry, and punches the side of his vehicle. Then they meet at a red light, of course, because that's how road rage works. And then she just pretty much threatens to beat the shit out of him by making those weird noises you just heard.
I reckon it's a case of mistaken identity.
How?
She's already pulled up, right, at the start
Okay.
and out of the car ready to punch.
Oh, wait. Okay.
You know,
Okay.
so I'm guessing maybe a car of the similar make model did
Uh-huh.
something to her. She's gotten out, seen the same make model, and just assumed that that's the car. Or, you know, women, they don't know anything about cars. She probably just saw a white car and just went, a white car did something to me. Next white car I see, I'm going to punch it. Because he's like, what did I do? What did I do? And he's not being a smart ass back to her. He's not saying, you know, you should have stayed in
This
your
is
lane
true.
or you cut me off, or he's just baffled saying, what did I do? What did I do?
I do think we have to entertain the idea that there is a chance he may have been a douchebag on the road at some point.
I don't know about that.
There's the chance. There's the chance. But welcome back, clip of the week. Boy, have I missed you.
I missed it too.
You definitely missed the clip of the week. Everyone missed the clip of the week.
That's a good ending to our first show back after
Damn
our hiatus. So until next week, take it easy.
Peace.